60 Minutes had an excellent piece recently regarding a man by the name of Roberto Beristain. He's a man that we talked about in the show before. He was a person who was in the country with undocumented status. He was not a US citizen. However, he kept checking in with the government. They had given him some sort of temporary social security number, and he was making sure that he was following along with certain regulations so he wouldn't get deported. And then Trump gets elected, and sure enough, ICE deports him. Now, the part of the story that really stood out to people was the fact that everyone around him, including his wife, ended up voting for Trump, the same person who essentially got him deported. So 60 Minutes not only spoke to his wife about that, they also talked to a few of his friends. And I just love their reaction to it and some of their justifications for voting for someone like Donald Trump. Take a look.
I voted for him because he said he was going to get rid of the bad hombres. Roberto is a good hombre.
Roberto Beristain's wife, Helen, who also works at the restaurant, was born in Greece and became a US citizen 16 years ago. She met Roberto in 1998 at another restaurant in Fort Wayne, Indiana.
He was a busser and I was a server. He started talking to me a lot and I tried to ignore him. He kept on talking to me.
You tried to ignore him?
Smiling and smiling and smiling. He always smiles. Very positive person.
They got married, had 3 kids, and settled into a comfortable suburban life.
Yeah, I don't think they realize, I'm positive they don't realize it, that saying he's one of the good ones is one of the most standard, stereotypical, bigoted, racist things you could ever say. Oh, no, most of the blacks are bad, but hey, Bob over there is one of the good ones. Oh, the Jews, they're terrible, but Steve over there is one of the good ones. Right? So, and here we are in 2017. Oh, I mean, I'm voting for Trump because we want to get rid of bad hombres, but my friend Roberto, he's one of the good ones.
So this is in Indiana, right? And
even though I just gave him a Southern accent.
Right. But anyway, I bring that up because we're not talking about Los Angeles or New York City. We're talking about a place where they are probably dealing with a little more propaganda that's anti-immigrant, especially anti-Mexican immigrant. And so they have bought into this idea that immigrant communities are dangerous, that people who come here, and have undocumented status are dangerous. They're breaking the law. And that's the type of propaganda that people hear in the media over and over and over again. You hear it on Fox News, you hear it all over, you read it on right-wing news outlets. And so people buy into that. And so even if they have an undocumented person in their lives that they love, that they know just came here for opportunity, they, for some reason, are not able to connect the two. They disconnect or they compartmentalize certain components of their political ideology, right? And I think that it's so fascinating, right? And you don't hear about the studies that go into communities that are predominantly immigrant communities that show that crime is actually lower in those communities. Like you don't see those stories often. You hear the fear mongering, you hear Trump talking about how he's gonna publish, the lists of crimes that happen. And I don't know, it's frustrating because you have to work really, really hard to right those wrongs and reverse that propaganda. They've bought into that propaganda, even though they know someone that is gonna be harmed by someone like Trump.
Yeah, but it's also conservative 101, which is that I don't care unless it affects me. And so I assume it's for those sanctuary cities with all those dangerous immigrants. But Roberto's my friend.
He's a good hombre.
Yeah, oh my God, it affected Roberto? Oh, okay. And then Kimberly Glowacki of Granger, Indiana says to Anderson Cooper in this piece, it just feels wrong. Oh, it feels wrong when it happens to you, to someone you know.
But screw everyone else.
Yeah, when you thought it was happening to those scary Latinos somewhere else, well, then it felt great. That's why you voted for Trump. So own it. You voted for the guy who, is wholesale discriminating against all of them. And he was never, ever going to distinguish between bad hombres and good hombres. And that wasn't his point. And
yeah, you know what feels wrong to me? A country without Latinos, that feels wrong to me. But nonetheless, I know that those countries exist and it's not because they're attempting to make it anti-Latino, but I like a country with Latinos. It's just a lot better. But anyway, let's move on to the second video because it gives you a little more of an idea of what goes through their minds. It's fascinating.
On February 6, shortly after President Trump signed his new executive order, Roberto Beristain came here to an immigration office in Indianapolis for his annual check-in. Helen was in the parking lot waiting when an ICE officer came to let her know her husband would not be coming home.
He said, your husband is being detained because he is a fugitive. I said, my husband is a fugitive. My husband is not running from you. You did not come knock on my door to look for my husband. He came to you. Why this year he is a fugitive? What happened?
Roberto was doing everything he was supposed to do, so he was an easy target.
He wasn't hiding. He wasn't living in the shadows.
No.
Right, and so they grabbed somebody who was following the rules.
Most of you voted for Donald Trump. He said he was going to do this. He's done this. Why are you surprised?
Excellent question.
Yeah.
And Matt Leliaert said, but he worked his butt off to get here. Well, what do you think all the other undocumented immigrants did? And the way they make it sound, it makes it sound like Roberto's not undocumented. He was undocumented. That's exactly what Trump promised. That's exactly what you got.
Corporate media is awesome.
Wrong.
Independent media is the way to go.
Believe me, believe me.
Support independent media right now. Become a Young Turks member. TYTnetwork.com/join.